What's poppin', T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I am back with a brand new All Tea All Shade Marsau and Latisha Scott video. So you all know that Love and Marriage Huntsville season 3 begins this Saturday on the OWN network. I am super excited for the season premiere. All week, the cast has been involved in some type of gossip, tea, shade, something or another. They are making sure that we tune in this Saturday. Marsau and Latisha actually sat down for an Instagram live interview, and they had a lot to say regarding this upcoming season, some questions that needed to be answered regarding last season. So I want you guys to take a look at what they had to say. Make your own judgments. Child, the shade that was thrown in this video. Get ready, get ready, get ready. We are in for a treat this season. Take a look.
Bless them too. And really, it's the mental capacity of the person that's looking at the television show to understand what in total is going on. Yeah. And the people that care to look beyond the surface, you know, if they look beyond the surface, then they'll see. If they don't, then they won't. And if they won't, then thanks for watching. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's a great show. It's a great show.
And I think you have some people that's like dead bent on disliking Marsau or misunderstanding our relationship or disliking me, and they're going to believe whatever anybody has to say without any proof or whatever because they're like, I just don't like her. And you know, and that's fine. You're not going to be liked by everybody, and I understand that. But
47 million Americans didn't like President Obama. You know, Jesus was killed. Yeah. And I'm not Jesus or President Obama, but you've never seen us both in the same room. So, I'm just joking.
Marsau, I read an article, I'm not sure how true it is, but it said the season, allegedly, it said that you said that this season we weren't going to like you. Did you say that? If so, why is that?
No, you might not. You might not.
He did say it.
Because when I hit hard.
Oh.
And after I get hit, I hit, and I'm not really ultimately concerned. Because I'm at a point in life where you're responsible for your words. And don't just say that shit to me. You know, you don't have a right to walk up to me and just say this what you want to say. And if you want to play this game, I'm going to show you how it feels. And so I've been put in a position to where there's a glass and a concrete. Right. You drop the glass, the glass breaks. You know what I'm saying? And that's life. And so when you walk up to me and you say these things and you choose to operate with me in that capacity, right? Then here's the repercussions. Stop.
So you're not holding back, it seems like, and you might be hurting some feelings.
And I think we've been doing good for the past 3 seasons. Like, we've been holding back, not saying certain things we know to be true about certain people.
And I'm still not going to do that. I mean,
certain things.
I'm not going to turn into. I'm not going to get a skirt out. We're not doing that. But at the same time, is that it's important for. I don't want to be your punching bag.
Right. No, I'm tired of being your punching bag.
You know.
Yeah. So.
Tisha, there are questions about how do you tune out the negative comments that are about you or your marriage? Like, how are you navigating that on social media?
I mean, because I've been dealing with this for so long now, I'm like, they're just going to be negative people. So you may get blocked. So I may block you, delete. Sometimes I go back and forth with people. It just depends on my day, how my day is going, and how I'm feeling at the time.
Got you. And then we have questions about, like, the questions are coming in, but there are questions about you and Kimmy, especially after the comment Kimmy made about you guys wouldn't be friends if you weren't like sister-in-laws. Like, how are you guys navigating that relationship? Are we going to see that play out in this upcoming season?
Yeah, you're definitely going to. I mean, we picked right up from.
Wow.
We picked up from the reunion, and we're going, and we're still in the process of filming right now. So, you guys are going to see that. And at the end of the day, I love Kimmy. Kimmy loves me. And sometimes when you have expectations of people and they fail your expectation, you know, I change my expectations. So hopefully our relationship, you know, could be better. But at the end of the day, I love Kimmy, and she's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We're married to best friends, so it's gonna be difficult for us to be like, I ain't talking to that chick because I ain't cool with her. You know, we're gonna have to figure it out. And the husband, they have been hands off with it. They're like, we're gonna let you and Kimmy figure this thing out. And so you guys are gonna get a chance to see us trying to figure it out and see where it goes.
I think that's fair. And my question to you is, have you communicated your new expectations with Kimmy? Because I feel like the last 3 seasons, there was a lot of miscommunication with standards and expectations in your friendship. And it was growing quickly, especially with like the reality TV show and other friend groups being added. How are you guys navigating the communication piece of it this time around?
I think we're better. And some things we just agree to disagree on. You know, and this was our first time, Kimmy and I, this on the TV show was our first time really having an issue within our relationship. We've never had an issue. Yeah. So when you guys saw that play out, you saw real emotions, real conversations, and real feelings. So we just was like, listen, we just didn't agree with this. I didn't agree with something she said. She didn't agree with some things I said. So it was like, we're just going to have to agree to disagree and move forward.
Yeah, sounds like there's some boundaries maybe being put on.
Yeah, I think so. Yep, absolutely.
Super excited to see that. There are questions about Miss Wanda. I love Miss Wanda, by the way.
You gotta do an interview with her.
I want to. I think I want to reach out to her so I can interview her. I'm thinking once like her episode airs, then I want to have a conversation with her.
She's a firecracker, and she's still the firecracker.
You're gonna need a interpreter.
First of all, well, we ain't gonna do that.
So there's 2 questions. One is, how's your Marsau? How's your relationship with Miss Wanda? And then the other question for Latisha is Miss Wanda still involved with Kimmy? Like, are they still arguing?
I think they can answer that question themselves.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a relationship, you know. So our relationship is definitely a relationship, and not to say that the relationship isn't a relationship, because it actually is. But she is a, you know, I think that, you know, she's been sent in my life as to help me get to the next level.
Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean?
It's like, you know, the pastors be like, they be telling all kind of wicked stories about God. Like, oh, God will put a dog behind you and make you run faster. Or I think that might be. She's helping me ignore other people on social media.
Okay.
Really?
She's helping me learn how to ignore people.
Oh, interesting. But you did not call her a dog, though, right? Let's just
yeah, right. I would say there's a comparison.
Yeah.
Clarify that.
That's clear.
Did I?
Yes, there was a very
crazy.
Clear that up, Marsau. This is how like headlines start. So
Marsau calls Miss Wanda a dog. Did I say that?
Well, you did like an analysis, so we need to make sure.
An analogy.
Pause. First of all, it's not analysis, it's analogy, Tisha. And second of all, not funny. We would have cut that live right then and there. You calling my mama a dog. And like she said, you know how people going to take this. And I don't know if you trying to be funny, but it wasn't a funny joke. You don't equate my mother with being a fucking dog with your Grinch stole Christmas looking ass. See, this is where Tisha fails. You should have slapped him upside his fucking forehead. You needed to channel Wanda right then and there. Because you don't play calling my mama no fucking dog, bitch.
You give an analogy about...
I don't know.
See what I have to deal with? That's why I stay out of it.
But you don't stay out of it, though.
I do. I absolutely stay out of it. Y'all try to put me in it, but I be trying to stay out of that thing. I'm like, y'all deal with it yourselves.
We're watching the same television.
I
don't know. The people are saying, Tisha, you'll stay out of it. They're like,
she doesn't stay out of it.
She
doesn't stay out of it. She does not stay out of it. And this is like, what are you talking about? Stay out of it, you know? Not even close.
Okay, so a few more questions about the upcoming season. Tisha, there are questions about you and Destiny's friendship. It looks like you two are closer this season. What can you tell us about that?
it just happened. Like, we didn't plan anything. We just, honestly, Destiny she was new on the show. You know, she came on the show as male friend, and I stayed away from that. And then, like, she started coming to Black, and we just started talking. And then, being Huntsville is so small, we have, like, some mutual friends. I went to Alabama A&M, and I'm close to some people that's close to her, that's her family member. And they're like, you know, she's cool people. And so I opened myself up to get to know her a little bit better. And then our relationship is it's still growing and developing. Like, I'm still getting to know her. She's still getting to know me. We worked on a project together. I post that. And it was fun. You know, we traveled to Atlanta. And that was our really first time really having some one-on-one together. And we was like, girl, you're cool peeps. And she's like, you're cool peeps. And so we're just really just enjoying getting to know one another and forming a relationship.
I had to pause again. Like I was telling you guys on the other video that I dropped a few days ago, showing that Tisha and Destiny were doing a project together. They kicking it now. They cool and all of this good stuff. I told you guys that these heifers were not cool like that. The words just came out of Tisha's mouth that Destiny was brought on the show as Mel's friend. So she stayed away from Destiny pretty much. And like she also said, Destiny started coming to Black. They found out that they knew people in common. They had this opportunity to do, you know, this little business thing together here recently. And so they're getting to know each other, and they're still in the process of getting to know one another. So what does that say to you? That these are two women that are now linking up because they are into it with another chick. Why I feel like this is fake and it's messed up is because it'll be one thing if Mel, Tisha, and Destiny were all three friends, and Mel and Tisha got into it, and Destiny and Tisha still decided to be friends. Okay, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. I can't get mad at that. Just because me and her fell out don't mean that you have to fall out with her. But in a situation where Mel and Destiny were friends, I bring you into my circle. You know I don't get along with this chick. So you and her don't even have a relationship with each other. But it's mighty funny that you then started kicking it with this person when things between me and you start to go sour. That's some op shit. That's some fake shit. And I don't like it. And I put more of the blame on Destiny more so than Tisha. Because Tisha don't owe Mel nothing. But Destiny, on the other hand, that's some fake fool wang shit. And I ain't here for it. And I don't fucking like it. Let's resume.
And see where it goes.
There was a scene in a trailer that came out this Saturday. Like, I don't know if it was like a brunch setting, all of you guys, and you got up, and then other people got up. Like, what can you tell us about that?
Nothing. Kimmy put that together. That's all I gotta say. Kimmy, do you have an interview with Kimmy coming up?
I reached out to them. Can you please text them for me? I would love to.
I will.
Kimmy's superstar now.
Right.
Well, if she can fit me in like for 10
I gotta schedule time just to talk
we gotta
to her.
schedule. You know what I should.
But the good thing about it is, she's an amazing secretary. Maurice is her secretary. We call him Mr. Kimmy. Kimmy's husband.
Kimmy husband.
Oh, Maurice is the secretary for Kimmy. Okay.
Yeah, he is. He's an amazing secretary. So he takes a lot of her pictures. He writes a lot of her posts. He writes down the cookbooks. Like, he puts the different little small ingredients, things like that. So I mean, when I say supportive, he is the best supporting actor in a reality TV series or unscripted TV series goes to Reese.
I will let her know. We was just together for a weekend trip, so I'll let her know to check her messages so she can get back in contact with you. So maybe she can elaborate on that, because that's all Kimmy. She put it together.
Okay. There's a question about you wearing Team Wife t-shirt. I didn't see that, but
I'm a wife, right? Listen, I'm a wife, and I purchase things that I like. I saw a Team Wife shirt. We're on the same show together. So I'm like, hey, I'm Team Wife. So I purchase it. So we support each other. At the end of the day, the drama is the drama.
Okay.
But just like I shop at Target or any of these other stores, I can shop with amongst people that I know. So.
And we weren't being petty at all.
Okay, y'all heard it here first. Well, I don't know about that laugh, so.
I'm team wife. I'm all for the wives out here because I'm team wife. 16 years.
Okay. Well, there you go. She answered it for you guys. So where do you stand with Melody? Are we going to see you guys like mending your relationship, or is this?
You guys are gonna see. I've been labeled the enemy. I don't know how I even got that title, but I'm the enemy. So you guys should see how that. I'm sure she's gonna explain herself. So we'll be watching it together to see that.
Okay.
Part. Yeah.
Oh wow, season 4 seems like it's packed with a lot of different dynamics.
Popping. Get your wine, get your champagne, your chocolate champagne together because it is going to be a show.
Oh yes.
Marsau, there are questions about your brother Mark in the comments that he made on social media.
No, those are grown men making grown men posts, and you should ask grown men about them grown men posts.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, that's fair.
Hey guys, it's me again. So you know, Mark Scott actually came for me like 2 weeks ago. You all tagged me in the post. He came underneath my comment section when I did the video a few weeks back showing where he was going in on Mel and the show and the fans on his Facebook page. Well, yeah, sis tried to come for me, and at first me and Sharita actually did a whole video response, but then the more I thought about it, I was like, especially when I read what he said about me and what he had posted on his Instagram page, I was like, oh, this man is thirsty for attention and I'm not about to give it to him. Absolutely not, because it was just such an easy read that it was laughable. Don't even tag me and nothing that man said. So, God bless him. Let's resume.
Let me just go through these questions real quickly and make sure that, because we have oh, Tisha, congratulations on your broker license, commercial broker license. What is the plan? Are you planning on opening your own real estate? Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. I'm gonna open my own commercial real estate company.
Wow, that's amazing. Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you.
I
do. Scott,
two comments that maybe this is an opportunity to clear the air. When you both went live to talk about the social media mania, you talked about like your dissatisfaction and dislike about how your accomplishments weren't highlighted, and there were assumptions being made as far as like YouTube throwing shade at Melody. When you talked about like, oh, we don't have t-shirts, or we're not creating this.
We sell t-shirts.
We do. We have black sweatshirts.
Yeah, so we're talking about t-shirts in general.
Yeah.
And it's a if the shoe fits, wear it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what we said earlier is
it was about us.
Our goal in this is that we want the other things highlighted. Right. We want the things that build up this community highlighted. Right. You know what I'm saying? We push that on social media, and that's been our. We've always said it. When we go back and negotiate, we say, listen, I want to focus more on business. I want to focus more on business. And we're able to do this other stuff and focus on stuff like pictures of people's backs and shit like that because we want to focus on business. And we'll put up with that right there. But it has to be some point where what we actually do, what we actually do, what we give our time to and our life to actually has to actually matter. You know, and so when you put up social media, and really it's not because I want people to see this. Listen, on television, there are no black general contractors. There are no general contractors.
No.
I'm saying no one's building this right here.
No.
I just built a $15 million apartment complex.
Wow.
And we built a shopping center. And we're building things. And the point is that you have a young black developer, right? Who went back to school, went from all these different things.
From a stay-at-home mom to back to school, getting her second master's.
And to me, that has to be included
in our story. In
the story of love and marriage, the story of who we are.
Right.
It has to be included. It has to be included that Maurice is an actual lawyer, a consumer protection lawyer. You know, we have to include these things, that they're buying property. These are the things that they're showing on their social media that they're doing. It's just not the bickering. It's not that. And so that's my dissatisfaction.
Because we're doing major things. Like, we're not doing small things. Like, we're doing dope major things. And it's about this young girl that's living in the projects that's watching this TV show. She's like, oh my God. Tisha said she grew up in the projects and she was crying because she had nobody to help her with her homework. And now she has her second master's. She graduated with a 3.9 GPA. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's building this this retail plaza. Like, you have to show those things as well.
Right. I mean, because we're like, I mean, so the funny thing is people say, oh, you just mad because you get the shine and you got to do this, you got to do this right here. But that's not the case.
Because we get the shine.
Because we get it. I mean,
So I'm confused. If you get the shine, then what was the point of making the comment? It's either you were pressed like a panini or you were not. Which one is it? Because y'all are contradicting yourself. To me, the show does a great job at showing all of the Scott's accomplishments. I don't understand, me personally, why they took offense that in this segment it wasn't highlighted when it's highlighted throughout the show. This was just a special. Like, why are you so upset? Because you even said yourself that your accomplishments are highlighted. So which one is it? Y'all get on my nerves.
On a damn television network. We get a shot anyway, right?
Well, are we going to be able to see some of the things that you talked about on the show? Because I think that's the other question.
We don't really edit the show, but
I know.
we do show our social media.
I know.
You know, so we encourage people. I mean, there's not a lot of time in this in our segment. You know, there are 6 main casts, like 4 or 5 other people on the outside of it. And so, you know, I think this show does a pretty good job of trying to highlight what we do well. And they try to, and what all fits in the story. Because I think that everyone on the show is so dynamic, for the most part, that you could do an hour-long show for each person.
Right.
You know, so I'm very grateful for the time period that we have and the platform that we have. But when it comes to these certain things, I do want to be vocal about that, because at the end of the day, this show's gonna go away. We're gonna get old. We're no longer gonna be relevant in whatever society. And I want to make sure that the things that we're talking about are the things that stick. And that right there is building of the community, building of the people inside, understanding that we are enough, and as a people, we can grow together.
Right.
Period. Yeah, that is so true. There is a question about Marsau. Where is your relationship with Martell? Where does it stand?
My relationship with Martell. I think Martell's a great guy. No, I think that Martell and we had some challenges in our relationship, and it is very, very hard to overcome some of those challenges. I'm the kind of person that, in general in life, is that what Tisha was talking about that she does, I do very well. Is that I change my expectations of people instantly, and sometimes that's a defense for me, and sometimes it's not. So I can forgive easily,
right?
You know,
right?
Easily. It takes nothing for me to forgive, because that shit will never happen again. You know, you don't have to worry about apologizing and saying you won't do it no more.
Right.
It could never happen again. Right. You know, and so we are growing, and I'm understanding more of his dynamic and the position that he was in life. And it's really tough. It's tough because you broke a glass, and now we got to put it back together.
Yeah.
And so the best that you're going to get is a broken glass put back together. Yeah. You know, and the question is, will it ever hold water again? And my thing is, maybe it made again something new and something different. And I think that's the same thing with broken relationships across the board, is that, me and him had more than a friendship. We had like a brotherhood. We were family friends. Yeah. And so, the toughest thing, and you guys are going to see how this plays out. Yeah. The toughest thing is not what someone does or how they treat you in a certain situation. It's the fact that they have the capacity to do that. Right. And that's what kind of
hurt more than anything.
Yeah, it hurts more than anything. But we're growing, and we're trying, and we're moving forward the best we can. And so we're taking what pieces we have, and we're moving forward. Like I said, Martell is a good guy that was in a dark place, and he's still going through a lot of stuff. And my heart goes out to him because he's isolated with the world that's stacked against him, and people simply just don't know. And they really think they know. And it's really sad.
Yeah.
You know, it's really sad to a certain extent, you know?
I know. I have so many follow-up questions about that. One being, do you guys regret doing the show because of how your friendship dynamic kind of shifted? Because you say you guys were family. Okay. Or do you think the show contributed to where you guys are in your friendship?
I think anything that, I mean, strike the head, reveal the heart, you know? And I'd much rather have anything that revealed how anybody is going to be and how they are. You know, I'd hate for me to, you know, I hate for me to be, you know, in a life or death situation before I found out, you know, where people stand.
How you really feel about me.
And so I want whatever it takes to get people to reveal, you know, where they are and what the strength of your relationship is.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm in construction. Only way to know how much something can take is to break it. You know, so.
Sorry for making this interview long, you guys. I didn't expect it to have this deep conversation.
That's okay. Some good questions, some good conversations. So that's good.
You can get about 15 different rumors out of it.
I know. The two more questions that I have is recently there was a post from the mistress about suicide and the effect of the show. Have you guys seen that? If so, do you have any comments about that?
I've seen that.
Yeah, we saw it.
I think it's
a tricky situation.
To me, it's not even that tricky. I'll let you go first.
Well, I feel like it's tricky because I know suicidal is real, and you cannot take that lightly. But I also know you put out stuff, and that's real too. And it's tough. Like, this reality TV world is tough. And you have so many people coming for you. There's a lot of mean people in this world. Like, I didn't realize how many mean people is in this world. And so it's like, for me, it's just tricky because I do feel sorry because I can relate and feel to what she's going through as far as the heat that she's getting. And it's like, I can't take this. But then again, it's like, girl, you got to remove yourself from this situation. And you can't be coming for people because, like, you made a whole statement, like, about me, about I hurt Tisha feeling, and I'm like, first of all, don't make threats, but I didn't do anything to you, and nor have I said anything about you. So it's like you can't throw this stuff out there, but then when you get the heat, you're like, oh, you know, I can't take this. So that's why I say it's tricky. Here's what I believe in that situation. I think that
Martell, Mel, Arionne, I think you're talking about three different dynamics of the same person, right? And these are people, they're fighters. They fight. And they're going to fight, and they care about image to the point where they're going to fight and push everything they possibly can out, even while they're hurting on the inside.
Yeah.
And even while they're being torn apart on the inside, they still want to portray this image of perfection and positivity, like I got it all together, when I know they don't. And so to say your actions don't speak up to your, you know, your level of sensitivity, you know, a lot of times people don't understand what insecurity and the difference between insecurity and strength is. You know, I remember one time I was running to school. I was afraid of a dog because the dog had attacked me. And I was going to school and a dog came out and I started yelling and chasing the dog because I was afraid, you know. And a lot of times insecurity speaks so loud. A lot of times, and all this yelling and stuff is because there's emptiness on the inside. You know, a lot of it is. And so while people are saying, well, you talked and you said this and you did this right here, I get that. I get that. It's because you're scared, you know? Well, because you're scared, you thought you could win in this situation. You thought that this tactic would work. And now that this tactic didn't work, and you're left looking stupid, and you're left looking hurt, and you're left looking like you're the bad person, then you want to retreat and show your real feelings. And pretty much now you're saying, here's the white flag. Yeah. Please stop. Yeah. And to that extent, who are we as a people, as a community, to say, no, I'm going to put my foot on your throat? Because anybody that says, I thought about it, at that point, it's a cry for help no matter what. At that point, it's real. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong, but don't be wrong in this.
Yeah.
Don't be the one that says, I think she's joking.
No,
let's keep going.
No,
don't
we still have to be
human.
We still have to be human in this situation.
You know, if somebody says I've had enough,
back up.
I'm gonna just take it like they had enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
prepared to kill.
I know. Anytime someone mentions suicide, I think that's something to be mindful of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Speaking of like mental health, Marsau, sorry about that. Last season you talked about like depression and you were kind of reluctant going to therapy. Are we going to see more of that journey this season? Are you open to going to therapy? Where are you with that?
I didn't speak about last year. I said this comment and it got blown out of proportion. Yeah, last year I said that even at the times that I was most successful, the biggest feeling I felt was depressed. And it was because for me, I put my ladder up against the wrong tower when it comes to success. The two biggest things in my life that I've confused in terms of, you know, as a younger man is I confused money for success and women for love. And so at this point right now, you step back from it and you say, this is what I really want in life. And because I grew up without money, I felt that this was the number one goal until you get it, until you get these things and you feel empty, you know? And so that's what that was about. It was about, you know, making sure that your ladder leading to the right tower that you call success, understanding what it means in that capacity and being burnt out, you know? And you'll see, I mean, y'all probably seen on social media that I took a trip to Africa. Yeah. And we'll see how that, you know, dynamic played out for me. I think that it was very positive. I think it's one of the most positive things I've done in my adult life. And I think that it was really sharpened the saw and helped me revitalize and feel better about
bullshit. Oh, sorry.
You know, me and my life where I'm at.
Yeah. So last question. If we can describe this upcoming season in one word, who would that be?
Dramatic.
Oh no! Oh no, Tisha.
One word to describe this upcoming season, I think it's true.
True, Tisha?
True.
Those are very opposite. Okay.
Sometimes the truth is dramatic.
We had different scenes.
And with this cast, I promise you, the truth is stranger than fiction.
What does that mean? I don't know.
The truth is stranger than fiction. It's so much. It's like it's so much. For me, it's like so much stuff that y'all. So much stuff you see. It's like really. And some stuff you see, you'd be like, that's not even the half of it. That's not even the half of it. So it's like, wow. This, you know, shout out to the cast for leaving it all on the field. You know, to speaking in their truth, to climbing up the mountain, you know, to really telling the world who they are.
The cast gives y'all the show.
That's very true. That's very true. You guys definitely do put out for us.
Well, T Squad, what do you think about what they had to say? Because they had a lot to say, child. I gave my opinion. I want to hear y'all's down in the comment section. Let's get to talking. Whew, I hope they don't give me nothing else to talk about until Saturday, because I am sick of these niggas. I'm sick of them. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you, T Squad, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.